another episode of Late Entry, your favorite or soon to be favorite place for the hottest sports news, wildest viral topics, and conversations guaranteed to make you laugh. We've got Baby Jokic with us tonight.
What up, though?
We got Bucket
What up, Doe?
and RBF Kyle.
How we doing?
Toph is going to be taking a little break. He's joined a competitive Marvel rival squad, so we won't be seeing him until the fall, but we're wishing him luck.
We're going to be watching some streams.
Yep. Tonight we're going to be getting into a little bit of Game 2 of the Pacers versus the Thunder and what that means moving forward for the series. Wemby the Monk. Is NBA Centel being misogynistic? Who's a bigger star, Stefon Diggs or Cardi B? The Packers releasing Jaire Alexander and finishing off with funny posts. So, Nolan, you want to give us a little breakdown on Game 2?
Yeah, it was worth turning off in the second quarter. It wasn't really close the entire time. I thought that it was going to be another one of those big comeback games like it was in Game 1, but that's not really what happened. Halliburton needed to kind of show up in the first 3 quarters of that one. He didn't, so yeah, that's all I really got for Game 2.
Before we talk about like what it means for this series, I do want to give some notable things. Caruso outscored the entire Pacers team, like it individually, not his points versus everyone's. But also, NBA Twitter runs the league, dog.
Yeah.
NBA Twitter bullied Adam Silver into putting the little trophies on the court.
The little Microsoft Paint trophy.
Yeah, literally Microsoft Paint. Yeah.
Then they switched it to the finals logos.
Yeah.
And then because Twitter clowned Mike Breen so much for not giving Halliburton the bang after his game winner in Game 1, he gave Halliburton a quarter 1 or quarter 2 bang on a shot and said he owed him
quarter 1.
Yeah.
So Twitter runs the league, man. But Kyle, what do you think this means for the rest of the series?
I ain't wavering at all. The Pacers have lost by 15 plus in every series so far, and they've come out on top. So I'm holding strong. I'm holding on to what they've been doing, which is keep it close, keep them within swinging distance, and then rip their throats out. So I'm hoping Rick Carlisle can make it happen. And does Rick Carlisle have a championship? I was thinking about that earlier today because he's coached a lot of good teams, but I don't know if he's coached an NBA championship team.
I believe
get
so.
Roasted on that in the comments, but I want him to, finish the job.
I was going to say 2011?
Yeah,
maybe.
Was he Dirk's coach?
He could have been the coach there.
Yeah, that would make
he
sense.
Was
with
Luka before Jason Kidd.
That would make sense. But anyways, like I think I've always thought of him as a pretty good coach, and he was like our rival team when I was a kid. He coached the Pacers through the Reggie Miller and Ron Artest and Jermaine O'Neal years, and he coached the Pistons right before that. So he's got some hometown threads to me too. So it's funny he's at his second stint with the Pacers now, and he's doing this well again. I'm rooting for him. I'm rooting for Halliburton. I keep going back to you and Toph on that one episode talking about him not being a superstar, and this series is making y'all's case of like, oh my God, he is not showing up at all. If he keeps playing like this and they win, like he better not win that MVP. Give it to Siakam or somebody else.
I've got a reason for that I'm gonna tell you about in a second of why he's not getting his shots off.
Fair enough. Why you don't think he's getting the production? Yeah.
Yep.
I hope it flips. I kind of think he's a little like jittery. He's probably playing a little too fast. I mean, he even said when he was mic'd up in Game 1, I need to slow down, and his whichever voice he chose that time. But I really am rooting for the Pacers, man, and I think they can still do it. No team has, I think, lost a game in every series by 15 or more and then done it in the championship, but the Pacers they've shown the recipe, so I'm hanging on, man.
I want to say 2 things before we go over to Buck. One, so that was getting pointed out that it's not, as much as I'm not a Halliburton believer, of being a superstar at least. It's getting pointed out that he's not the only person this is happening to. Do you guys remember the last series the Thunder played against the Timberwolves? And Anthony Edwards was not getting his shots off either, and he kept saying like, "I don't feel like I'm having a bad game. I'm not struggling." But hold on, Nolan's recording is stopped due to an incoming call.
My phone was on Do Not Disturb. Now it's on
I
Do.
do?
I'm sorry, I cut
Make
it off
sure
in the
the
middle of that
recording
sentence
device
there.
has enough free space recommended over to. Do you have space on your phone?
Yeah, I'm good now.
Does it show you recording?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I see the red dot on him.
Yeah, mine says recording. I just had to click no to that call. I just threw my phone on Do Not Disturb again. I don't know why it wasn't on.
Okay. But yeah, Anthony Edwards kept saying that he didn't feel like he was having a bad game. He wasn't struggling, but he was just making the right plays of passing the ball out. But the whole series was not really getting his shots off either, and it was making him look very pedestrian. And I think that most people would agree that he is a better player than Tyrese Halliburton. So all we're seeing is that the same effect is happening to Halliburton right now. He's not being able to get his shots off. Not necessarily through any fault of his own, just based on the fact that they're playing the number one defense.
Yeah, their defense really is that good. That's for sure.
The other thing I want to say too, Kyle, is I thought about this earlier today. I think I figured out why you're rooting for the Pacers. If the OKC Thunder win and Shea wins Finals MVP, dog, he's gonna dethrone your boy as the greatest Thunder ever.
That has nothing to do with this, dude. It's all positive vibes for Carlisle, dude. Get the F out of here with that bullshit.
Am I wrong though?
You're looking ahead 5 episodes for the argument. This is hilarious.
He's looking back 5 episodes is what he's doing.
No, I'm just saying that's why he's rooting for him. Please don't let Shea win. Please don't let Shea win.
I think Shea is a baller, man. And if he dethrones, and he probably will dethrone KD through his tenure at OKC, and I mean, we'll see what happens with Shea's career. Who knows? But yeah, I ain't even kind of worried about that. He ain't look as buttery smooth as my freaking KD going between the legs, stepping back. All 7'1" of that wingspan.
Doesn't look buttery smooth.
Anyways,
but go ahead and tell us what you think about the series moving forward.
I mean, game 2 kind of sucked. I mean, like Nolan said, I mean, it was pretty much unwatchable after halftime. I think moving forward, I think the Pacers just have to regroup. I think game 1, even though they were down 15, even I think 17 or 20 at one point, they still rallied from their bench. Like Halliburton didn't even have a good game the first game either. I don't think he played to his potential either game. So I really don't think I'm like, personally for me, I'm not even worried about. Like, yeah, he didn't play a great game. And yeah, of course, the discourse of him, is he an all-star? Is he not an all-star? So everybody's going to run with him only having, what was it, like 17 points and really not catching fire until the fourth quarter. I don't really think any of that matters.
14 of them were in the fourth quarter. Sorry to cut you off.
I think you're right. Yeah. And I don't really think, honestly, that is like the biggest deal. I really think that in game 1, was it who was it that had 5 threes? Topin?
Obi Toppin, yeah.
Obi Toppin.
So yeah, I think he had 3 points on game 2. So I think their bench and obviously supporting cast need to have more impact on the game. But that doesn't excuse I also think that doesn't excuse Halliburton from, taking a look at film and seeing where he can get those shots off. So if you're, I feel like I'm not getting my shots off, well, you start watching film then. You know what I mean? Ain't nobody crying for you. That's your job kind of thing. So I don't know. I think it's kind of a throwaway game. I think I would be a little bit more concerned for the Pacers if this was a game 3 or game 4 type of situation. But game 2, yeah, they got blown out. At least they didn't get blown out at home. We'll see what happens on game 3. But I think game 3, they just got to come out, play a little bit better defense, and play a little bit more of their team basketball that they're known for, and then give Halliburton the ball at the end of the game. I mean, it's the same game plan they've had the whole year. They just got to do it. And like to Kyle's point, they've lost by 15 plus in every series so far. So I'm not worried at all. I mean, was it the greatest product NBA has put on the national television? Absolutely not. But at the end of the day, I don't think that this is detrimental to the Pacers by any stretch of the means. And honestly, I don't think that this says anything super positive about OKC either. I think if they keep playing the way that they're playing, they're going to keep having outcomes like game one. I think they need to be doing a little bit more. I'm not saying anybody in particular. I think maybe Lou Dort was a little bit more involved game one than game two. You know, they do play great defense. They need to continue playing that great defense. But honestly, I think game three is going to be a start fresh. It's almost going to be like I mean, obviously it's a tied series, but it's almost going to be like the series is starting over kind of thing.
Nolan?
Yeah, 0-0.
Yeah, I did see a lot of good points from Pacers fans, even saying how even stealing one game you were going to be happy because at the start of the series it was odds were not in the favor of Indiana to take the series. But I still think it showed. I disagree with you guys where I still think that Oklahoma City is still going to run the series. I still think they're going to take it in the 6 games. I do not think that Indiana is going to be able to win 2 games back-to-back at home. I think that Oklahoma City is at least going to split these games, but they're going to get it on and probably end up taking game 5 and 6 as well.
I do think I will say one thing. OKC had 2 decent games, 1 and 2, and nothing like they didn't play absolutely awful. But one thing that was different between game 1 and game 2 is Chet. Chet was like nowhere to be found in game 1. He was absolutely all over the floor in game 2. So I think if that continues and Chet is really, playing to fuller to his potential, I think that was the biggest difference, and I think that proves to be a problem for the Pacers for sure.
Yeah.
One thing that I will say is that when we talked after game 1, I was saying that there were 2 things that I thought were essential for the Pacers to wind up making this a series. The second one being a little bit more important than the first. The first one was that I didn't want to see them get blown out in game 2. I wanted them to at least keep it close. Well, that has not happened now, and the momentum has swung back to the Thunder side. I think that not necessarily the outcome of who wins this series, but on if this maintains a series or not, comes down to the winner of game 3.
Yeah.
If the Pacers lose game 3, the series is over with. Absolutely over with. They already don't play very well at home. They've had several home losses before, and I think that you cannot afford to be fighting down 2-1 on your home court if in the game 4.
Yeah.
Like, I absolutely think that they need to neutralize the momentum and at least win game 3. If you split at home, then cool. Both teams will split at home. It's going to wind up, you know what I mean? That could prolong to a game 7. But if you go down 2-1 and then play a game 4, even if you wind up winning the game 4 and tie it up 2-2, you're going back to OKC with OKC potentially having the momentum still for a home game. And OKC is a hard place to play.
Yeah.
They even have all the fans all the time. They always wear the T-shirts and everything. It looks really, really cool. But I would not want to be then in a potential, game 5, OKC gets it. Now you're up 3. And you're going back to play home anywhere where you don't play very well. I think that they absolutely need to come out game 3, win. It doesn't have to be convincingly, but just win somehow. Win game 3. Then I think we're truly at I know you're saying it's 0-0 right now, but I think momentum is in the betting favorite anyways hands currently. I think to neutralize that, they need to win game 3. If they lose game 3, for whatever reason, it doesn't matter if it's a blowout or if it's close, it's series over.
Yeah. I agree. The momentum is definitely in OKC's favor for the most part. I think if you're a Pacers fan, you are clinging ever so tightly to the fact of you wanted to split the first 2. So you're hanging on to at least we got 1. That's our momentum going, to a home game. I'm not saying that that's my opinion. I'm just saying, like, if you're a Pacers fan, if you're kind of that camp, I think that's that's the way I would be thinking about it if I was, a Pacers fan. Okay, at least we split in a real. You're right, that OKC is really hard to play in. I've heard it's like one of the louder stadiums to play in. So I mean, you could kind of argue that the Pacers at least have some momentum, but that's a good point. They don't play well at home.
OKC is definitely
all the momentum that the Pacers had gotten from winning game 1 in that spectacular fashion, they then lost by getting blown out in game 2.
Right, but if you're a Pacers fan, you're thinking, we've lost by 15 in every series.
Yeah, we've been here. Yep.
We've been here. This is par for the course.
I'm more thinking of what's inside the Thunder players' heads.
Oh, 100%. Yeah. I mean, if you're
all of that shock
and
of
Thunder's coaches.
Oh shit, we just got, we just blew this.
Well, if you're OKC right now, you're flying high because you lost at home embarrassingly, okay? And then you came out and you smacked some ass. So they have that going in their favor. They're riding high, and they're going into an away, a 2-game series basically away, and to a team that doesn't play well at home. So I mean, if you're the Thunder, you're riding high right now. And I think if you're the Pacers, every single one of them should be looking at, at least for the most part, Tyrese Halliburton should be glued to the goddamn screen. Like, you know what I mean? And I'm not saying that he needs to score X amount of points for the Pacers to win. I think it's proven that he doesn't really necessarily need to throw up a whole slew of numbers for them to be successful. But I think that there were a lot of shots in the first and second quarter that he needed to kind of hit for that momentum swing to keep on the Pacers side, and he was not hitting them. And he was not really hitting open guys as well as they were even in game 1 when they were losing by 50.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oklahoma City's got a tough defense too. That's just the last thing I got to add.
Oh, yeah.
Halliburton, OKC Smurfing. Pour me a glass of bourbon. Pacers in 5.
Hey, you completed one. I'm proud of you.
I broke the golden rule. I had to.
All right. Victor Wembanyama has been seen training with the monks at the Shaolin Temple. Have you guys seen this?
I saw pictures. Is this going to be like the Aaron Rodgers of the NBA? Like,
I don't think he has the personality.
Instead of a dark room in ayahuasca, he's on a monk trip.
Yeah, can Wemby even crisscross applesauce? I don't even I don't think his legs work like that. Yeah.
Hey, all I know is that's the tallest monk I've ever seen before. But it's gonna be crazy. They were like masters of like martial arts and stuff like that. Imagine somebody tries to fucking run into him next season. He just whoop, and then you're gone.
Well, and I mean, focus is like the biggest. I think one of the bigger pillars of like monks is focus. So I mean, like an athlete doing something like that, that's definitely not in the box. It's definitely out of the box for sure. It's interesting. I mean, if he comes out, I swear to God, if he comes out has a crazy ass season, this is why. I will stake it right up.
The eye of the tiger, bro.
He lined up the chakras.
I mean, think about it. If he's got to like shoot free throws, he's just gonna be like, just all right. Like, you know what I mean?
He's just gonna be seeing him with his third eye. Yeah.
Plus, he was. This may be a super uninformed take. I know that the reason that he missed the rest of the season was blood clots, right? So maybe he's working on like trying to like holistically, spiritually like heal his body. Like get his blood pressure right or something. I don't know. But
anything and everything.
Anything and everything. Exactly.
I just hope he shows up next season with a bald head. That's all I'm hoping for.
I agree.
All right.
I'll shave my head for Wemby.
I'm holding you to that one.
If he goes bald, I'll go bald for it. Fuck it.
Oh my God.
My fiance will be so pissed, but it'll be all right. Basketball season will start before our wedding. It'll be okay.
So, seen a lot of tweets recently about ever since. Well, let me restart this. Since the WNBA is getting more popularized and it's becoming more mainstream now, thanks to the influx of new players, NBA Centel has decided to find some new targets. He's not just messing with NBA players now has moved on to WNBA players and has tweeted a lot of stuff. And a lot of people who, especially, are not used to seeing NBA Centel have been claiming that the person behind NBA Centel is being incredibly misogynistic. I think we're all going to give our takes on this, but Buck, I'm going to let you start with this one.
Objectively, I think NBA Central is hysterical. I truly believe it is, mark my words, one of the best Twitter accounts to ever fucking exist. I mean, truly, that shit is hysterical. The run that they're on, basically from like right before Luka's trade to like now, is just absolutely pure fucking gold. Like, hats off to the dude that runs that fucking handle, because that shit's funny as hell. As far as the misogynistic stuff, I mean, I don't think so. I mean, if anything, it's inclusion. I mean, like, anything, it's inclusion. If anything, it's garnering more traction online. You know what I mean? And I think they're hilarious. The one I saw that just took me out was like, WNBA is fining so and so $17.50 for the play. I lost my goddamn mind. This shit was hilarious. I think it's fine. I think people are just overreacting because they can, and I think it's probably like a new. I'm guarantee most of that WNBA Twitter had no idea that this was even a thing or existed. So they're just dealing with the first round of like the disinformation, and like they're literally getting sentled in real time and then getting angry that they're getting sentled. So, I mean, hey, we all went through it. I've been sentled. So like, I understand you feel ashamed and disappointed, but that doesn't necessarily mean that it's misogynistic.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, a lot of people have been sentled before. Stephen A. Smith got before.
Yeah.
Colin Cowherd got, and these people that are reading the tweets on their shows.
Yeah.
So yeah, it happens. I agree with you. I think that it's just when the sport gets bigger, and Buck, you and I have talked about like some of the pains of the WNBA like off camera before, but as the sport gets bigger, you're going to get the whole, in order to get bigger, you're going to get the whole microcosm of everything that comes with getting bigger, which is the good and the bad. Now that's going to come with trolls and haters and stuff, as well as more fans. There's a percentage of all attention is going to be bad attention, but all of it is attention, which is making the league bigger.
Right.
As far as this, yeah, I think that, like you said, there's a large group of people that have no idea what this is, and so you're not used to seeing it. Like the NBA has been dealing with this stuff for forever, before Centel existed, and then Centel came on board, and it was like, all right, boom, we're fooling the hell out of people, and now so many people from NBA are so used to it that it's like, all right, let's see what funny posts they have to say now. But now Centel has found a new audience that has no idea that this is coming. And so they just keep seeing it. And I can see if you have no like basis to go off of this and you're just like, all right, this person's just continually talking shit. But if you know what Centel is, this is just ball.
Yeah, exactly. And I think the biggest part too is like there is already so much discourse around the sport that I think people are choosing to label it as bad or all negative media. And I don't think that that's it at all.
Yeah, well, you're seeing people that are not used to, like, you know, if you've got someone that just for example, if you got someone that just came into like the WNBA because they're an Angel Reese fan, or just that they see Angel Reese stuff pop up on their timeline and they're used to seeing all of the like real life hateful things on there, and then you see NBA Central say some outlandish shit, you're like, all right, this is another fucking hater who seems to keep having this happen.
I'll give an example because this one just popped up. Homeless shelter in Chicago has returned multiple bags of Angel Reese jerseys and shoes after receiving the donation.
I saw this earlier, Dark. Cheers. Nolan, what do you think?
Layup queen.
I agree 1000% with both of the takes that you guys just had. Definitely one of the best accounts that's had an amazing run. Kind of reminds me of that old account, but I can't remember what its name was right now. Shit, it's gonna get away from me. Either way,
Barry McCockiner.
Yeah. Either the Barry where he would just tweet like fake stuff about LeBron and people would retweet it or start talking shit in the comments. I think that the misogynistic stuff is all complete BS. And there are going to be people that are going to be toxic and don't like the WNBA and just make fun of it the entire season. I think those just have to be looked past, honestly. And I think that it is not an inherently misogynistic account.
Yeah. Kyle?
Not inherently. We will definitely say that. Not inherently. Now, I agree with everything I've seen. I mean, they've been pretty kosher. Of course, I've been Centelled as well, but yeah, I mean, I can't speak on, the recent posts because I haven't been on Twitter in the last couple days, but I would not assume that they're, especially based on what y'all are saying, it's not like they're digging into the WNBA any different than they would the NBA, and troll the NBA at this point. So
And that's the point.
as long as we're all getting it across the board, we're all good here.
Yeah.
We at Late Entry support equality.
Yeah. We support making fun of all people.
Okay, so there's been stuff with Cardi B showing up with Stefon Diggs at his family's annual Stefon Diggs youth football camp in Maryland. So Cardi B
shout out Cardi B's boyfriend.
Shout out Cardi B's boyfriend.
So that's exactly what we're getting into. At Coquette so __ on Twitter said, "Dude is getting so much attention now because of her. She's definitely elevating him as well." And then at Blue Capone said, "Stefon Diggs, the NFL superstar." So Nolan, I want to ask you, who do you think is a bigger name? Stefon Diggs, Cardi B, or is it a wash? Do you think that they're elevating each other, or do you think that one is pulling the other one?
I don't think they're elevating either because I think everybody that knows about either of them is going to be in the same circle of knowledge. I don't think there's many people outside of either one. I think they're pretty much evenly matched up. If you go to I don't know, the middle of Europe, it's probably Cardi B. But if you're staying within the U.S., I would think a lot more people probably know both.
Kyle?
Yeah, I mean, I would definitely not say, oh, she's making him famous, she's making him talked about. Stefon Diggs is a pro of making himself the topic of conversation in every NFL offseason. So he didn't need any help with that. Yeah, right. Yeah, true wide receiver one. He probably did or is enjoying the extra attention he's getting with Cardi. Because it is Stefon Diggs. But I do kind of think, kind of like Nolan said, because of the worldwide factor, I think Cardi B is probably more famous on a world scale. But I don't think, kind of similarly, again, to what Nolan said, I don't think either one of them is moving the needle too much. He's going to be on more red carpets, which is cool. But yeah, I mean, it kind of similarly to the Travis Kelce Taylor stuff, but
exactly what I was thinking.
Also, it is different, but yeah, Travis was one of the best tight ends to ever play the game, and Stefon Diggs is not that, but he is like.
But Cardi B is not Taylor Swift.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Pretty much there.
Yeah.
So I don't think either one of them are moving the needle too much, but you know what? What was that pink substance, Stefon? I'm calling you out. What was that shit?
Buck?
I mean, I'd have to agree. If I had to make a choice one way or another, I'd probably say Cardi B. I think I think NFL fans, myself included, tend to think of the NFL world as national or global enough, like everybody knows pretty much everything that's going on because the NFL markets everything. You have the NFL Network, you have sports shows talking about the NFL even in the off season. They find a way to talk about it, this, that, and the other thing. But I really don't think that that many people in the United States really know football like that, where they could be like, oh yeah, he's a wide receiver for who does he play for again? Who's he on now? Where's he at now?
New England.
New
right
England.
now.
That's right. Yeah. I was like, I knew he left Houston. I was like, where'd he go now?
True wide
Look,
receiver
man,
one.
like, I really don't think, I think like NFL fans probably overestimate the amount of exposure an
That's
individual
fair.
will have. And I think the only thing that is like, maybe absolved from that would be quarterbacks, because quarterbacks are always at the front of their franchise, whereas a wide receiver might not be, depending on their situation. I definitely think it's Cardi B for sure.
That's
But
fair.
I do think one is not elevating the other.
I think that I'd agree kind of with what Kyle said. I think the best comparison is Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce, not because either one of them are as big as either of them are, but because both of them aren't. I think that, yes, I would have to agree with Nolan and Buck. Cardi B is probably the bigger name, like internationally, but similar to like Travis Kelce with Taylor Swift. Yeah, Taylor Swift is like global, but Travis Kelce was, and by no means already not Travis Kelce without Taylor Swift.
Right.
So is she making him a little bit more famous? Yes. Do I think that anyone really cares about Stefon Diggs that's not in the U.S. that's a Cardi B fan? Probably not. I don't think that she has the kind of fans that Taylor Swift has.
That's
Right.
So I don't like. I think that the biggest thing for Stefon Diggs' career of him making himself a name was leaving the Vikings to go play with Josh Allen.
Yeah.
I think that being on the stage, being thrown to by Josh Allen, competing in the AFC championships, being in primetime games, I think that's done more for his career than anything else. So yes,
Full
he's with
stop agree.
maybe he's with a little bit higher of a profile person with Cardi B, but I don't think it's elevating him at all. I think that
I
together
agree.
the two of them make headlines when they're both together, but I think that they're both super famous in their own right.
Yeah. And I
Yeah.
also think they're both loud personalities. So you put
Yes,
two
they
loud
are.
personalities together, you're going to get a loud response. That's just, I mean, no matter who you are.
Yeah. And
Did you guys ever see that clip when he was still on the Vikings and everybody was like, "Who would you let date your
No.
sister?" or "Who wouldn't
would
you
you
let
not
date your
want to? It was
sister?" And everybody
Stefon
said
Diggs.
Diggs,
Yeah.
Yes.
and we all know why now.
Yeah. Facts.
That's
Facts.
a great point.
All right, so the Packers released Jaire Alexander, which hurts me personally. Not
And
only
I'm
did
so
I think
glad
that,
that it does. No offense.
all right, fuck you too.
I've been waiting almost all day to say that because I know that.
Yeah, the Bears might
That was
might
beautiful.
be able to actually complete a few passes on us now.
Yeah, maybe. A
So
girl's dream, right?
this hurts for two reasons. One, because he's a dog ass cornerback, and I think that the Packers needed him. This move makes no sense to me at all. It almost feels like we're in the middle of like a half rebuild without fully committing to a rebuild, but also like, I don't know, we're just slowly losing pieces, which brings me to my next point. If I'm not mistaken, this is like the last big name that was left of like the Rodgers dynasty. So
Yeah.
in the last few years, we've seen everybody gone. Rodgers is gone. Devontae Adams is gone. We just lost Aaron Jones before, and now Jaire Alexander. So it's like all the people that were there from like the good old Packers days, what was left of the older good old Packers days, they're all gone now. It's full rebuild and full all in on all the young stars, which I'm happy about to see where they go. But it is sad to like, especially last season, I was so sad when Aaron Jones was gone, and obviously Josh Jacobs did a great job, but it's sad to see that entire era is now completely closed.
Yeah.
I know all you motherfuckers are happy about it. Fuck you guys.
I'm extremely happy.
So happy it's over. And I hope it's over.
Shout out Gunter Kunst.
Can you say that again?
Nope.
Can you say that one more time?
Nope. Nope. I know which part you're gonna clip up. I'm not saying it again.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. All right, Kyle. Show us your funny posts.
All right, man. All right. So this one, this here, my first funny post is Spencer waiting for Dynasty to start.
That is so accurate.
Everybody knows about July comes around and I start cooking.
He starts thinking. He's like,
In July, that's early.
Hey, you know, I'm trying to get
Bro,
in there
this
before
guy
the
gets
August
going.
draft. I gotta figure out whose players I'm trying to steal.
Oh my gosh.
I'll be surprised. I won't be surprised if you start asking for draft picks this year. That's an option.
Yeah.
Hey, you know, I might have to get in there.
Hustler's got to hustle, you know.
True.
All right, and this is just, you know, every man's common trend here.
I want you to repeat after me. Okay?
We can't hear it.
There was no audio the entire time.
You couldn't hear the other one either. The first one didn't
I couldn't
need
hear the
audio,
first
so
one.
good.
Oh, fuck. You couldn't hear the second one?
No.
Fuck! All right, we're retaking. That was the whole point. Fuck! I mean, whatever.
We're just you're dead silent.
Okay, 1 out of 2 is not bad.
1 out of 2 is not bad. I guess we cut the second one.
You don't want to try again?
You want to try it?
Yeah, I can try again if you're cool with editing it. It's funnier if you hear it. I mean, you guys hit the jump scare already, so it's gonna be less funny the second time. God damn it! I thought me muting myself was gonna help it.
No, I think we went over that the first time you shared your screen. You can't mute it.
Okay. I thought muting my mic was because it's coming through my freaking laptop.
And that's how we hear it.
All right.
I want you to repeat
What the fuck? This is gonna be a big part of the freaking late entry outtakes, isn't it?
No,
God
this might have
damn
to
it.
get dropped. Grandpa struggles with technology.
Bro, just please cut out my email. Yeah, for real, dude. We suck. All right, I'm gonna let it play now.
We can't see it.
I mean, you guys get the gist, but
We can't see it.
what? I didn't fucking start sharing my fucking screen yet, did I?
Oh my god.
All right, we're here, bro. We're here. Damn it, dude. This one was supposed to be so good, too, and I just fucked all the comedic timing up. All right, here we go. Y'all are watching. Y'all can probably see yourselves, so I'm going to do that. Here we go.
I want you to
This is my
repeat
first time
after
ever
me.
seeing this.
Okay? Okay? Simple.
So,
Okay.
yeah. Okay.
What are you doing?
Centel.
We got spirit, yes we do. We got spirit, how about you? Whoa.
Yo, is that a woman or is that a child?
That's a good question. You see, there's a Hulu documentary out about her right now.
Oh
No, I'm
my
kidding.
gosh.
I have no idea. I just thought it was hilarious.
And not to say it's a Hulu
Oh my
documentary.
God.
Bruh.
There's a Hulu
I'm sorry,
documentary
y'all.
out now.
Is that the female Hasbullah?
How old do you
That's
think it
Natalia.
was?
All right.
You say it? That's crazy.
It.
You say it? That
Jesus
is a
Christ.
person.
Oh my God.
We're sorry to those parents. We're sorry to those parents. We did not mean, you were probably trying to record a video of your daughter before cheer comp.
I
We
don't know
think
that
that's
that's
awesome.
I don't know that that's someone's daughter. That might be an adult.
I don't know either, but I'm just making sure I'm covering our bases.
I mean, that's always someone's daughter, but
It could have been somebody's grandpa. Who knows?
Yeah,
Thinking that's
somebody's
an
grandpa.
In a past life,
They're
I was
selling
born a
chocolates.
grandpa.
Oh,
All right,
God.
Buck.
Oh my God, that was funny.
I just extended the time on this podcast by like 12 minutes. Jesus Christ.
Well, in the time it took Kyle to share his screen, I found another Centel.
Oh no!
Let's go.
This one,
I'm glad. See,
this one's
you know,
from a few days ago. I was trying to find a few of them. I was wondering if I had like missed one about the WNBA that was like outlandish, but I didn't see anything that was super outlandish. But this one's really funny. The WNBA has drug tested Angel Reese following her 13-point explosion per sources.
Oh,
my
no.
God.
Oh no.
Oh my God.
damn, dude.
Yo, speaking of the sky, Buck, how's Haley Van Lith been doing? Has she been playing?
She's been playing, but the Skies suck. They've only won 2 games. They just got blown out by the Liberty. Although the Liberties won all 9 of their games, but still.
Okay. But how is Haley Van Lith doing?
You want her number or something, bro? She's taken by a bald guy.
In
By
what
Jalen
respect,
Suggs?
Spence?
I'm just relative. I'm just curious. I haven't heard. Look, the reason I'm asking is because there was a lot of noise that she went to the sky, and then I never heard from her again. So,
I mean, I haven't watched every single one of their games, but I watched their game today. I mean, she played okay. I mean, it wasn't anything to write home about. I mean, she's a rookie. The whole team looks discombobulated for the most part. So it's really hard to judge when it doesn't seem like there's any like scheme going on.
I saw a tweet. The other day
They lost a couple of starters in like 2 starters in free agency from last year to this year too. Am I right about that? Or
They
no?
lost Marina Mabry in the middle of the
Yeah.
season last year too.
Yeah.
I saw a tweet
So
saying
that-
that the only thing that can save the sky is Tom Thibodeau.
I saw that too, and I agree.
We're going
The Bucks
6
like,
deep.
bring him home.
I saw, this is also from Centel. The Milwaukee Bucks have made Kyle Kuzma untouchable in trade talks.
Oh my God.
You know what? I believe it. I believe that wholeheartedly.
That's a good
Speaking of Centel, they just reported that there's been a trade worked out for Durant to the Spurs. And while it is Centel, there's been a few times very recently that Centel has not been wrong, just early. So we're going to see.
That'd be interesting. That would be interesting.
I would love that.
There's a theory that Centel is actually Woj.
That would be too good.
I've heard that.
That's too quick with it.
Too quick.
Nolan?
The last funny post I have
Oh,
is definitely
my
a dad joke. This is from @Sladaddy WX. The meteorologist who devised the wind chill factor has died. He was 86, but he felt like he was 75.
Oh.
Oh my God.
That is a dad joke and a half. Holy shit.
That's a good dad joke, though.
That is
good.
Hey, somebody just told me a dad joke today. Why are seagulls not found at the bay?
Why?
They'd be bagels.
We should have just cut it with Bucks.
Oh,
All right.
man.
Nolan, your funny post.
My funny post is actually a little bit of a game. You have to guess who it was posted by.
Oh God.
2K Sports.
Do we get multiple choice?
Oh no, you just have to guess. 2K Sports has announced Bronny James as the cover athlete for NBA 2K25 via @NBA 2K.
NBA Centel.
Buck is
No, I was
correct.
going to say Central.
Yo, this is for the Centel episode.
The whole episode was this funny Central post.
I was going to guess Acho, actually.
Oh my God. Oh man. Okay, I have 2. So the first one is a exchange on Twitter. It started with Victor Pope Jr. and then you get a reply from the Kalen Allen and then back to Victor Pope Jr. So remember when we used to think Aladdin was Mexican? So when they sang Arabian Nights, it didn't click. The nights were Arabian, not him. I done had some California nights, but I'm from Texas.
Jesus Christ.
Okay, and the other one is from at YSMAMMRI. And I thought this shit was hilarious just because of how embarrassing it would be. She posted a picture of her talking to Amazon customer service, like chat. She said, "My Rose stopped working and I'm trying to get a refund. LMFAO, this is so humiliating." The customer service agent said, "Please allow me a moment so I can research and help you with the best solution." She said, "Okay. Please confirm the name of the item." The name of the item. Sucking vibrator for women with 7 suction Adramine rechargeable clit sucker nipple simulator sex toys for women for sex Rose vibrator.
Oh, we can't post this part to TikTok. Oh my God. You're just gonna have to bleep everything you just said.
I had to post the entire name so they could look it up.
No
That's
copy paste
awesome,
option either.
Miracle.
Yeah. Can you spell that out for me?
What is the reason for your return?
Yeah.
Has this
It
item
wasn't
been
Brandon.
used?
Oh God.
Lightly.
Lightly. We've hit an all-time low, people. We've hit an all-time low.
Because that shit's fucking funny.
That was so good. Oh shit.
Oh.
Oh.
Okay.
Hopefully YouTube likes it as much as we do.
Nolan, tell them what
That was
comment
good,
is.
dude.
It's time to like, subscribe, drop a comment. You guys need to get those sub numbers up. Stay tuned for the entire episode. These ends are always the best parts. Come on around.
Yes, sir.
X.
Always gotta wait for the finish.
Nolan is beyond asking; he's demanding.
Isn't that what
It's
you're
usually,
asking
hey,
for?
please leave us a like and comment. You said, hey, go ahead, leave this shit right now.
Stop what you're doing.
All right, thank you everybody for tuning in. We will see you later this week.
You
Peace
good,
out.
bro?
Yeah. Peace.
Peace.